Hello and welcome to the second race of the Virtual V8 Supercars 2012 season. These are the highlights from Barbagallo. As you can see in it, the pole position time from Stoffel van Dorn was a 55.249, just half a tenth ahead of both Torborg and Strauss, who were separated by less than a 10,000th of a second. Toby Davis brought up the second row. 5th place, Danny Asbury, best qualifying for him. 6th place, Petter Karza. 7th place, Tom Illy behind his THR Nocturne teammate, now ATR Nocturne of course. 8th place, Tobias Schlemmer, teammate to reigning champion Florian Strauss. 9th place was Gary Lennon for TPS Racing, and rounding out the top 10 was Simon Ripper, as the drivers are now forming up on the grid for this 61 lap race, sponsored by GamePod, brought to you by the TouringProSeries and supported by Race Department. Drivers on, Asbury's reversing on the grid there, and he hasn't got going. Nobody's got going. In fact, there's a big pile up at the back there. Oh, it's carnage everywhere. Levesque's around. Oh, and there's Holm roading on LaRose, almost over. And Levesque recovering in the background. Not sure what happened there to Asbury. Asbury seemed to reverse on the grid and not get going. Of course, the rest of the field just piled into him. Such a tight grid here at Barbagallo, but leading is Van Dorn. 2nd place looks like Davis. In 3rd place is Torborg, and Lennon's off as well. Lennon's straight off. Gets it wrong, going up to turn 4 onto the grass, and it spat him across the circuit. Struggling to get back on, of course. Lost lots of positions and lots of time. Here's a replay start. Look on the left-hand side there. The ATR Nocturne car off. Dennis, but he reverses right as the lights go green, and Lennon gets stuck in behind there. And all kinds of carnage. VR, Yashin, Barbagallo spinning every which way. Bits of bodywork flying everywhere. Poor Yves LaRose almost turned over. And it's muddled up the field, as you can see, because here is Majewski. He's battling with number 545, that's Matej Orban. Down the inside goes Orban, his debut in this Server 1, and the crossover is going to happen from Majewski. He's going to cut back on the exit of the corner, going to try and run down towards the first corner. Get on the inside of Orban, but Orban's quick down the straight. And Majewski breaks earlier, and Orban goes through. Jumping over those big curbs here at Barbagallo. Here is Ruskus now attacking Majewski. Majewski's made a mistake at the ball. Looks like the ball is to me, yes. And now Ruskus is going to get the run. Oh, Majewski gets out of shape onto the grass. And here comes Luke Walsh as well in this sister team to Jeffrey Ruskus, should I say. Down the inside goes Luke Walsh. He's got damage from the start grid confusion to the front of his car. Now here comes Barbagallo as well to have a go at Majewski. Barbagallo on the grass, braking on the grass, sliding. And there's Yashin recovering from the pits. He's one of those ones most damage in that opening kerfuffle. And now looking at Via and Strani. And we're going to get a run down the inside. Oh, Via's coming over, just covering the line. It's just enough space for a V8 Supercar. Bit of a nudge. And we're through. We're through to fight, squeezing through just on the ATCC race winner. Now on board with Simon Ripper, looking at Petter Karza. Ripper's having a look. He's having more than a look. He's going through, down into turn 7, slides underneath the Norwegian. Number 818 driving for Torrent Motorsports. That's Ripper up to 6th. Karza's having a look back. 2 different techniques. Karza squeezing through, squeezing. Ripper's gone wide. He's made the mistake. He's made all the hard work getting past and thrown it away all again at the next corner. Careful over the curb. There's the Griefing behind as well, looking menacing. The 2010 champion. But at the front, it's Davis and Van Dorn, and Davis is applying the pressure big time as they come out of the final corner, down towards the first turn. Strauss is pressuring Torborg. And Schlein was pressuring Strauss, and Van Dorn defending into the first corner. Out of shape. Davis menacing in behind. Now on board with Brent. Team boss George Talbot ahead of him. And team boss yields. Brent's down the inside. Brent is through. Gonna get a nice exit from here. Yes, he is, looking back over that GamePod wing. You can see over the big supporters race department there also as well. That 13 to 61, beautiful shot as the cars come down over the hill. McGregor and Brent, and McGregor's defending from Brent. Oh, he's tagged Loeffler. Loeffler's around. Oh, Brent's gone straight on and disconnected. Poor Kevin Brent, disconnected from the race. Not funny for him, I'm sure. Loeffler almost gets cleaned up by Tomasz Majewski. McGregor drops back in behind. Lothar won't be pleased about that. Tagged into the final corner just as McGregor was trying to defend from Brent. Only the tiniest of touches, but all it takes, of course, in that particular corner. Now, plenty of battling here as they scrimmage for a position. And now Lothar's got back ahead of Maciejewski. Oh, Lothar on the grass, in the gravel. Lothar, Andreas. Off he goes. Rejoins, lost all those positions now. On board with Lennon for TPS Racing. Right in behind David Junt. Right in behind Tomasz Maciejewski, who's trying to find the track somehow. Lennon qualified 9th. Involved in that kerfuffle at the first corner, off the grid even, not even at the first corner, didn't even get a chance to get there. And Junt makes a big mistake, and Lennon goes through. Looks like Loeffler's gone through also as well. Here's Orban and McGregor. These two are on a two-stop strategy, and McGregor very, very deep into the corner, but Orban also very, very deep, and McGregor says thank you very much, even though I'm making the big mistake, you made a bigger one, and I'm going to go through. So Orban loses that position, lost lots of time as well. But here's Tveit and VR still locked in battle, mid-pack. Down into turn 1, big dive from VR, big dive! Small bit of contact, but a beautiful move there from the Portuguese. And the Norwegian gives the back of VR's car a bit of a tap to let him know what he thinks of it. At 23 of 61 now. Here's Strauss in 4th position, he's coming through. Oh, he's not going through, he's going straight at the camera. Oh, over the big jump. Oh, and on he goes. He's lost several positions, though, it looks like. And that's a poor mistake there from Florian, the reigning champion. Uncharacteristic, really. That's dropped him back at least 2 or 3 positions. Right back in behind with the drivers on a different strategy, in fact. That's how much it's cost him. Now on board with De Grief, and he's going to pass Strauss also, so Strauss struggling. Strauss is struggling. He's back down to 7th as a result. 2010 champion passes 2011 champion. And there's Rudigen out of the way as well. 28-61, Van Dorn still leads, still fending off Toby Davis, who's still fending off Jesper Torborg, with Schlemo and Karsa both closing in. Plenty of drivers in the mix on different strategies, as you can see. It's really mixing up the field, and it's really not really very good for the drivers who are on that strategy, because they're in behind and they're lapped and they can't do anything about it. Oh, Tveit! Oh, what a huge crash! Erik Tveit goes over end, side over side, catches the curb at turn 5 horribly, and spits into the outer corner. That's the end of the race for Erik Tveit. A spectacular crash. That's the biggest crash I've ever seen at this track. But more on topic right here is Toby Davis is in 2nd place. He slid into the pits, into the gravel, and had to go around Jesper Torborg also in the pits. He's lost plenty of time there. It's a messy pit stop for Toby Davis. That's surely going to cost him plenty of time to stop for Van Dorn. Torborg's entered ahead of him, and Schlemo going there as well. In fact, a bit of a bumping duel between Davis and Schlemo into the pits, but Davis got out the pits ahead of Torborg. So a fast pit stop from Davis's crew, not from Jesper Torborg's. But here is Van Dorn, lap 32, and Davis is somehow still very close to stop for Van Dorn. So that fast pit stop from his crew, his virtual crew, has really helped. And now Davis diving down the inside. It's going to be the move of the race. No, it's not. Van Dorn left enough of a gap so there wasn't absolute huge contact, but not enough gap for him to get through. Great driving from both of them. Great driving. And now here's De Grief and Strauss at it once again. This is after the pit stops, just over halfway through the race. Most people 1 stopping, some people 2 stopping. Oh, contact between De Grief and Strauss. De Grief just slightly moved right under braking, and Strauss gives the back of the Holden a bit of a tap, and it wiggles out of the final corner. Strauss comes back across the track and takes the position. Remember, these drivers had a titanic battle in 2011 in the opening 17 laps of the Bathurst event, as we see this spectacular action coming over the Craig Lowndes curb at turn 3. Now here's Talbot on VR. Oh, Talbot on VR, and Talbot loses out. Oh, and Ailey gives the back of Talbot a bit of a nudge as well. Oh, and who's that? David Junt spinning also. He's stuck across the middle of the track. Is he going to try and go to the pits? Is he trying to recover? Going in the pits, so that's really cost him big time. 2 big mistakes for David Junt here at this race. He really can't afford to do that. Oh, Orban just about got the car slowed down for the pits there. And drivers know these pit lanes are very, very harsh. And again, Orban running wide at turn 4 after coming out of the pits. That's the second time this race. Bit of an experience there, and Hulme gets shoved off also. Hulme is several laps down after his involvement in that start line crash, of which claimed Asbury and LaRose immediately. Yashin later as well, so come to those injuries almost from that. And Yunt challenging now with Orban. Side by side, down the straight, down over the great crest there. Side by side they still are. Yunt has the car ahead, but Orban has the inside line, still battling. It's Hungary versus Switzerland, and Hungary comes out on top. And Orban looks like he's held it down towards that first corner. Now here's VR and Ripper. Ripper is hounding the back of Francisco Villa. Ripper's on a 2-stop strategy, Villa's on a 1-stop strategy, so Ripper's definitely got the better rubber here at the moment, and a great cutback. They almost cut back too early, but it was a beautiful cutback. Oh, Villa comes straight across the track. Oh, that was huge defending there. And then back across the track once again. A little bit naughty there from Francisco Villa, from the Portuguese. Need to be a little bit less aggressive. Too many moves across the track, and Ripper immediately shows him what he thinks of it and muscles him out of the way up to towards turn 3 and takes that position. That 59 and 61 now. And again, it's like the first stint. De Grief has caught Strauss at the end of the stint. And here we are once again. Strauss is defending in that beautiful 360 racing skin. On board with the black and yellow Black Rebels car of De Grief, and he's through. He's through. The beautiful cutback there. De Grief looking after his tyres much better in this race. And Strauss is dropped back once again. Really struggling, but the last lap. Here we are. Van Dorn's got a little bit of a gap. It's been car lengths, but now it's been a bit of a gap as they come down towards the final corner. Van Dorn is going to win the race, but who's going to be second? Davis is defending. Torbo's got the draft from Davis. Carter on the outside. Carter goes deep. Carter's going deep. Has Davis brake too late? No, he hasn't. Carter's brake broken too late, and Carter's spinning on the dust on the outside, and Van Dorn wins. Second Davis, third Torborg, fourth Carter. What a finish here at Barbagallo. Van Dorn is the winner in his first race of the season, on his Virtual V8 Supercar debut. It's almost a 61 lap pressure from Toby Davis. How he held on, I've got no idea. No mistakes. Stoffel Van Dorn wins. Second place, Toby Davis. Third place, Jesper Torborg. So that's 2 second places for Toby Davis, 2 thirds for Jesper Torborg in the 2 races so far this season. 4th place, Carter. 5th place, Schlemo. Great start to the season for him compared to last year, if you think about it like that. 6th place was Gregory de Grief. 7th place, Florian Strauss, reigning champion. 8th place, Eric Strana. 9th place was Simon Ripper. And round at the top 10 was the feisty Francisco Villa. And here is the points table after the second race. And it's Torborg and Davis who lead the championship, with THR Orange, of course, leading the team's championship as well. Don't forget, Adelaide, May the 26th, 1845 GMT, TouringProSeries.com/broadcast. Watch out for that. You can watch it live with us.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be #1 on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.